Thank you all so much for all of the replies to this community post. I know it was posted a little while ago, but still, thank you guys so much for all of your responses. There were just so many good ones to choose from. So today we will be talking about 5 hot takes, and then next week we will be talking about another 5, but they will all be based off of Dragons Rising. But anyway, let's just dive straight into the hot takes. And the further we get into them, the spicier they will get. So the first one is a pretty mild one, being that Hunted is the best season of the original series, because it was the first time that we ever saw anything like it before. And I also like the duality of the two different stories, obviously being the 4 Ninja and Wu in the first realm, and then Lloyd and Nia in Ninjago City. And if you guys have watched my Oni trilogy video, you would know that I 100% agree with this statement. I just love Hunted, and I also just have to agree that I also love the 2 stories that we get in this season. I just love all of the first realm stuff. Wu growing up was also really cool to see as well. And even though I didn't like the Ninjago City stuff as much, I still really enjoyed seeing the Elemental Masters again, because they are some of the best Ninjago characters. And I also liked seeing Lloyd really starting to become more of a leader. Anyway, as I said at the start, this hot take is only a mild one, because I know that about half of the Ninjago community really likes this season. Most of them probably wouldn't have it at the top of their lists, but I'm sure most of them can definitely see why. But then there is the other half of the community that dislikes this season pretty much for the same reasons that me and also Logan the commentator really like this season, which is fine, of course. Okay, so I know that a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of the 11-minute era, and I am also not the biggest fan of this era as well. Even though I did like seasons 13, 14, and 15, I did just prefer the 22-minute episodes a lot more, and I'm so glad Dragons Rising has gone back to that. But we aren't actually talking about the episode length with this hot take, even though I've just spent the last 30 seconds making it seem like I was. But what the hot take actually is going to be is that the 11-minute era weekend whips are better than the original series. And I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence with this one, because the 11-minute era had some really good whips, such as the Miracle Whip from Season 11, the Digi Whip from Prime Empire, the Mountain Whip from Season 13, and then the Crystallized Whip from Crystallized. And if you couldn't tell, I kind of forgot what the actual names of those whips are actually called, but that doesn't change the fact that I am actually a huge fan of every single one of these whips. But then again, the same can be said with the original series as well, because the Ghost Whip and the Hounds of Time Whip are just incredible, and of course the original Weekend Whip will never be topped. But you know what, I might actually have to agree with this guy's take, and this also might be a bit of an unpopular opinion as well, because I feel like a lot of people would agree if it wasn't for, one, nostalgia, and also the fact that the intros in the 11-minute era just sucked. So much. Okay, I feel like if the last one didn't get you a bit upset, then this one will. Lloyd is overrated. Okay, I disagree, but let's continue. He is supposed to lead the group and teach his students stuff, but I think he cares a little bit too much for himself and less for his students. And that made Aaron evil, because Lloyd didn't have time to teach him so much stuff. So firstly, I don't know if it is just me, but this just feels like he is pointing out what he doesn't like about Lloyd, not really why he feels like that Lloyd is overrated. But you know, now that I am thinking about it, saying why you don't like someone is actually kind of a good way to say why you believe something is overrated. Anyway, as I said before, no, I don't think that Lloyd is overrated. I would say that over the last decade, Lloyd has stayed a pretty consistently good character in my opinion. I've always been a fan of Lloyd, even if he has never necessarily been my favourite ninja. But anyway, talking about the actual points this guy made is that Lloyd doesn't really lead the team and teach student stuff, which is just false. He literally leads the ninja team all the time, and I would say, even if he does make some stupid mistakes, he does do a fairly decent job at it. And he also says Lloyd doesn't have time to teach the students. I mean, at the start of Season 1, he trained Aaron and Sora for the first 5 episodes, and then in episode 12, I believe, he helped Aaron with his objects Bijutsu, and throughout Season 2, especially the tournament, Lloyd was always helping Sora become the best elemental master she could be. He basically helped her win a tournament, for goodness sakes. But anyway, I feel like I would be doing this guy a great disservice if I didn't mention that he later commented that he didn't really mean that, and he actually thinks that Lloyd is an underrated character. But I mean, I just wrote the script for the entire section of this video before I saw that, so I'll just pretend I didn't say this and just move on to the next hot take. Alright, so while looking at the comments underneath the post that I made for this video, I saw two different people talking about Skybound. One person said that Skybound is the best season in the show. They do acknowledge that it is structurally flawed and there are a ton of plot holes in this season, but they still believe it is the best season because of the ninja's character development and the overall theme of the season. And then later on, I saw another comment saying that Skybound is by far the worst season, and they can't even bring themselves to watch it at all, apart from the finale episode, The Way Back. And before we move into actually talking about their points, I just wanted to quickly talk about my personal thoughts on Skybound. So firstly, I do really like this season. It was also comfortably in my top 5 seasons until Dragon's Rising came out, and now it is like maybe my 6th or 7th favourite season. I don't know, it always switches place with season 5 every now and again. But yeah, I do like this season. I enjoy watching it. I like how the ninja team slowly gets smaller and smaller as more of them get sucked into the Jin Blade until we are left with just Jay, who also happens to be my favourite ninja along with Kai. And I like how the first commenter said Jay really did get some good character development this season, because we did get to see more of his serious side and, you know, more of his personality in general. That wasn't just him cracking jokes and screaming at everything. Jay was just so great this season. But anyway, as both comments have said, there were a number of flaws and plot holes, and even though those sort of things can be quite annoying, I can personally get past them and just enjoy what I am watching, which is also why I just really enjoy Crystallized as well, and that is probably just because I'm just too stupid to actually notice a lot of these plot holes while watching anyway. Alright, so I wasn't completely against Skybound being one of the best seasons, but what I am just honestly just shocked at hearing is that someone believes that Prime Empire is one of the best seasons, if not the best season. Not even the best 11-minute era season, but the best season from the Will film era all the way through to Dragon's Rising. So for starters, I think that Prime Empire isn't a bad season, but it definitely isn't just one of my favourites. It probably sits around the middle of the pack for me. But what I am struggling to understand what is just so great about this season. My theory is that this guy just really likes video games, and so he just really likes this season because it is obviously set in a video game setting. I mean, as I said, I do like this season from the plot, the NPC side characters, and Unagami was a pretty okay villain as well. But again, no, I definitely disagree with the statement that Prime Empire is one of the best Ninjago seasons. So those are some of the hottest Ninjago hot takes submitted by you guys, and I really enjoy these type of videos because I can, you know, just casually discuss Ninjago. So I encourage you to comment down below some of your Ninjago hot takes for a future video. And also subscribe and turn those notifications on, because next week we will be taking a look at Ninjago Dragon's Rising hot takes. So see you later, be ninja.